Hello, my name is Shane Miner. I'm going to be walking you through a basic how to set up your account to use Basecamp and let you know about a couple settings that I think are pretty important as you get involved. Initially, you'll get an email from Basecamp letting you know that your account's been created. It'll give you a link directly to the Basecamp project. You can also just head to basecamp.com and click the login button. Once you've created that account, username and password, that same username and password could be used in other projects for other Basecamps. So if you've already created a Basecamp account, you may need to do the I can't sign in or I've forgotten my username and password. If at any time you forget your Basecamp password, you can always click on this link and it'll basically generate an email to you explaining how to go about resetting your password. Once you're into Basecamp, it should look like this. And I want to take a look quickly at the Me link up here in the upper right. If you follow that link, there's two settings, update your personal info and my Basecamp settings, that we're going to look at quickly. First, in the update your personal info, this is where you can do things like set your time zone. If for some reason you'd want to change your email address or your username and password, that can be done here. You can also choose a file to upload that'll be used as your sort of your artwork across the site. So wherever you make a comment, your image will show up next to it. If we go back, we can also look at our Basecamp settings, and this is where you can define how often Basecamp will email you related to Basecamp activity. So right now you'll see that I only want to receive some notifications about projects, and I can actually specify which projects I'd like to get emails about. You can easily select all of them, or you can select none of them. And there's also a quick button here for notify me about all my projects. There's also an option to get a daily recap, and that's actually my preference, although I think each individual is going to have their own. So each day that there's activity in the Basecamp project, I get an email indicating what the day's activities were, so I can keep sort of a tally on things without necessarily getting an email about each activity. I also like to know when tasks have been completed, so I do turn on the option to get an email whenever something is checked off as done. These settings can be changed at any time, so if you feel like you're getting too many emails from Basecamp, you can turn down the settings here. If you feel like you're not getting enough, you can turn up the settings. And if you want to focus, so for a time period, maybe your focus is on a particular project, you can turn on the settings for the couple weeks where you're really focused on that project, and you can turn them off again when you're sort of taking a step back from there. With those basic settings, you should be able to create your account. Remember to set and change your password, and also update your email settings where appropriate.